I believe we were all put here for a reason, and we all have an amazing ability to do something. I believe in the idea of values, that we're all like a diamond, that we have all these different facets, and these facets are the different skills and different abilities that we've been given. And depending on how the light of our life is shining on our diamond will determine how it's reflected into the world. And I believe that one of the key problems in today's world is that we don't get taught at school the skills on how to have confidence, on how to really work out what we want to do and where we want to go. You see, when I was younger, things weren't always easy for me. I grew up in a foreign country. I ended up at about the age of 10 moving to the UK. I lived on an island in Scotland for a while, and then I moved down to England. It wasn't until I was in my early 20s, when I was in the UK, that I realised I didn't want to be there. I wanted to be somewhere else. I actually did have an idea where, but I didn't feel completely connected with how to get there. You see, I was $65,000 in debt. I had back pain from a roller skating accident I had when I was younger, and I just knew that I didn't want to be in the UK. I was also doing a job I didn't enjoy. And the moment for me happened when I was sitting in my rainy flat in Manchester, had a leaky roof with drops of water literally collecting in pots, and I had the 2-bar heater on, and I made a decision that day that I didn't want to be in the UK anymore. I wanted to be in Australia. 1 month later, I left my job, and 1 month after that, I left the country. I got to Australia thinking, well, the grass is going to be greener over here. But it wasn't. It took me nearly 6 months to find my first job. Because of the visa restrictions and the things I could do, it made my life very difficult. And that $65,000 got up to $100,000 before I really made a good impact at paying it off. But what I found is that every time something happened to me and it didn't work, I found out, like Edison did with the light bulb, I found out what didn't work. And I found that each time that I learned what didn't work, I got clearer on what could work. And on top of that, my confidence was built that I could achieve things. You know, I've ended up in airports, stranded in airports in Cambodia with bits of the plane falling off so we couldn't take the plane. Luckily, I'm glad they didn't make us get on that plane. And I've been in random countries on islands in the middle of the Indian Ocean where they speak French. Luckily, I could understand them, but still there were challenges all around me. And each time that I had these challenges, my confidence really started to grow. And I believe that confidence is one of the key skills in life that we're not really taught in school. You see, we're taught skills, we're taught how to do things, but we're not taught necessarily how confidence is created. You see, confidence is about trusting ourselves and trusting our ability. And that ability doesn't happen by accident. It happens by trying things, seeing that they work, seeing what doesn't work, and moving on. And I see so many people in life who are so tentative and they're not sure, should I take this step? Should I try this next thing? And I'd say to them, as long as you're not going to kill someone, as long as nothing's going to go too bad, well, just give it a go. And if it's going to be super extreme, and like me, I've moved countries, I've lived in about 5 different countries, and I've moved internationally 3 times, big moves. And each time I do it, it gets easier. So that now, if I get asked, oh, you have to go and live in Papua New Guinea for a project for a while, I know I can do it, despite the fact it's tribal and people go around with big choppers and you have to live in gated communities. I know that I've lived in places and I know that I can live in new places. And the reason I can do that and the reason I have that confidence is because I believe all of the things that have happened to me have helped me build that confidence. And I want to help people with that. I want to help people build their confidence so that they inside feel that they can achieve something, but also their external confidence so they can connect with people. Not only that, I want to help them create some clear direction, because there have been a number of times in my life I haven't known what to do, but I had a clear direction of the next few steps. And I think it's pretty mean in life to ask a child to know and to determine what they're going to be when they grow up, when most of us adults still don't necessarily know what we want to be. So clear direction to me is not about knowing the absolute end goal. You know, have an idea, but I want to help people learn and build and grow the skills so they know how to have clear direction. And on top of that, communication. I mean, isn't communication the most important thing? I mean, really? Without communication, nothing is possible. And communication is from the Latin to share. And when we communicate, we share ourselves, we share our message. And when we communicate with ourselves, we're learning and listening and growing from ourselves. And when we communicate with others, or the internet, or food, or health, there's all this messaging coming between us. And there are so many clear indicators around us, guiding us to do the things that are right for us, or right for us in that moment. And I want to educate and help people open up their eyes and open up their ears to their senses, so they can become more. They can hear the messages from the planet. Because if we don't get the messages, like the story of the feather, the brick and the truck, if life tickles you and you get the message, that message will go away, that problem or that challenge, if you think about health as an example. But if you don't pay attention to it, and you continue on that path, then it can become a brick. And a brick comes crashing through your window, a metaphoric brick, and you don't know what's going to happen. You think, wow, this is pretty intense. Something serious is going on here. I need to do something about it. And sometimes we don't take action, and it becomes a truck. And a truck comes smashing through the front of your house. And truck, for some people, is getting cancer, or a family member dying, or a serious job loss. And nobody wants a truck. So I believe that focusing on the skills that help us avoid the regrets that we have in life and give us the skills to choose that direction and choose to move forward instead of staying in that stuck place of, I don't know what to do. That's not helping anyone. Because to shine our light, to be that brilliant diamond that we truly are. And remember, a diamond is created through pressure. You take coal and you put pressure on it for thousands of years, it turns into a diamond. Luckily, we're not as dense as a diamond, so we get pressure in life to help us grow and shine and become that brilliant diamond. And you know you love seeing them. I mean, look at the size of the entertainment industry. We flock to it because we love to watch people shine. And we love to see people who are succeeding at what they're doing. So that's what I believe. I believe it's about helping people shine their light, build their confidence they can achieve something, connect with others, get clear direction of where they want to go in life, and learn the communication skills and open their ears to the communication skills and the communication that's happening all around them. And that's what I want to help people do. Inspire them to their success.